Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about equations. And you can see that right here at the very start we have lots of equations. We have 5a minus 9 equals 26. And we are not going to just solve the equation. We're going to start off learning about equations by doing it the old-fashioned way, which is plugging in numbers. So it says to find the solution by replacing a with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means we're going to replace whatever a is with the numbers in this set. Anytime you see curly braces mean it's a set. Anything that's inside of a curly brace means it's a set, which means it's a group, which means that a is going to be each of those numbers and b is going to be each of these numbers. B is all of these numbers, but one at a time. So to do the first question, we're going to plug in 4 first. So we're going to say a equals 4. If a is equal to 4, then the equation has 5 times 4 minus 9. 5 times 4 is 20, minus 9. 20 minus 9 is equal to 11. And we're going to compare now. We're going to compare the original equation to this new one. We plugged in a and we got that the answer was 11. Is 11 equal to 26? No. So that means that 4 is not the solution that we're looking for. We're going to go to the next one. A equals 5, the next number in the set. We know it's not 4, so now we're going to plug in 5. A equals 5. So that means 5 times 5 minus 9 equals 25 minus 9, which is 16, and is 16 equal to 26? No, it's not equal to. So we're going to go to the next one. A equals 6. 5 times 6 minus 9 equals 30, minus 9 equals 21. We're just simplifying. We're plugging in numbers one at a time, and then we're checking to see if the answer we get is 26. This one is not 26. We'll go to the next one. It's not 5, it's not 6. Let's check 7. And I'll use a different color since I'm running out of space. A equals 7. If a is equal to 7, then we're going to do 5 times 7 minus 9 equals 35 minus 9, which is equal to 26. And is 26 equal to 26? Yes. So that's the answer we're looking for. A equals 7 is the correct solution for number 1. And then you just do that for each one of these questions for the first set. I'll go to the number 6 because that's the only one that's really different. We're going to plug in B. It says B, so that means we're going to use set B. B, the first number for B is 9. So we're going to check B equals 9. If B is equal to 9, then we're going to replace it with 9. 36 divided by 9 minus 3 equals 4 minus 3 equals 1. Is 1 equal to 0? No, it's not equal to. So that's not the one we're looking for. And let's check the next one. B equals 10. 36 divided by 10 minus 3 equals 3.6. Minus 3 equals 0.6, which is not equal to 0. So 10's not it either. Go to the next one. B equals 11. 36 divided by 11 minus 3. I don't know what 36 divided by 11 is, but does 11 go into 36 evenly? No, it's going to leave a decimal. So there's going to be some decimal in some number, like maybe it's 0.3 or something. It's going to be the final answer. But that's not equal to 0, so we know that the answer is not 11. We need something that divides evenly. Let's check the next one. B equals 12. 36 divided by 12 minus 3 equals 3 minus 3, and that's equal to 0. And is this the solution we're looking for? Well, 0 is equal to 0, so yes it is. 12 is the solution we're looking for number 6. So for each one of these, you would just plug in every number in the set. For A, then every number in the set for B, And one of those numbers is going to be the correct solution. In number 7 through 10, look, we see these curly braces again. So this is a set, and it says use the replacement set. There it is. For 7 through 10, they're not saying that the replacement set is equal to the letter, but they put these little dots here, and these dots mean that this set goes for whatever the variable is. It means that this set is going to go in for that variable. So we're going to do it the same way. One at a time. 1/2 plus 1/2. But we need a label. X equals 1/2. The reason why you need a label which one you're plugging in is because that's the only way I'm going to be able to find out what you're doing with your work, is if you label what X is and then you show your work. So 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. 1 does not equal 5/4. 5/4 is the solution we're looking for right here. That's our goal. And X equals 1/2 does not do it. Let's check 3/4. 1/2 plus 3/4 equals, we need a common denominator. So I need to multiply this one by 2, multiply this by 2. 2/4 plus 3/4 equals 5/4. And the solution that we're looking for is 5/4, so this is the correct answer. But I forgot to label, so let me label. X equals 3/4. That's the right answer. If you don't have a highlighter whenever you're turning in your work, then you should just box your answer. Let's go to number 10, since number 10 uses decimals. In number 10, here's our set. So the first one says X equals 1.2. We'll do 0.8 times 1.2 plus 5. So 0.8 times 6.2. And let me go grab my calculator. For this little stuff like this, yes, you can use a calculator. 0.8 times 6.2 is 4.96. And this is not equal to 5.2, so that's not the one we're looking for. 1.3. X equals 1.3. 0.8 times 1.3 plus 5 equals 0.8 times 6.3 equals 5.04. I really need you to show all of your work whenever you do this. That's not the right answer, because it's not equal to 5.2. So let's check 1.4. 0.8 times 0.8 times 1.4 plus 5 equals 0.8 times 6.4 equals 5.12. So that's not it, because we're looking for 5.2. X equals 1.5. We can't just assume that this is the right answer, because it's possible that we could have no solution. 0.8 times 1.5 plus 5 equals 0.8 times 6.5, and that's going to be equal to 5.2. So that's the one that we're looking for. So the first half of this worksheet is just, can you substitute? Do you know how to substitute in the solution sets for the variable? So this replacement set is the same thing as being called the substitution set. We're going to use the word substitution a lot in algebra, and it just means to replace. And the solution is the right answer. For the next ones, it says solve the equation. If the variable is on one side and there's no variable here, if there's no variable on the other side, then you can just subtract the things or do whatever it says. 10.4 minus 6.8 equals 3.6 equals x. Going down to number 13, a is the only variable, and everything else is just the number. So we'll solve it. 46 minus 15. 46 minus 15 is 31. And the other one is going to also make 31. And then those make 1. To number 15, 8 plus 4 divided by 3 times 2, 12 over 6 equals 2. Here we have a word problem. The first number says is $10 for each CD. $10 for each CD plus 50 for the player. And then it says write and solve an equation. So this part right here, this is just the expression. The expression is whenever you write math down, but you don't have an equation yet. But then once we read this question and it says find the total amount, once you write equal to the total, then this is no longer an expression, and this is now an equation. $10 for each CD, and then $50 for the player is the total that she spent. But then it said to solve it. So if we're going to solve it, then that means we're going to take this number 4, and this is going to be our replacement set. It's only one number, but it can still be a set. So we're going to replace CD with 4. 10 times 4 plus 50 equals 40 plus 50 equals $90 equals the total. We have an airplane. It's going 550 miles per hour, and we have nothing else adding to it. So 550 times hours, because it's miles per hour, equals this number, 3,300 miles. There's our equation. And to solve it, we just have to see, well, how do you get rid of 550? This 550 is multiplying, so to remove it, we're going to divide. Do the opposite to solve for a variable. And the key thing to do is to undo what they gave you. If you're going to undo something, that means you're doing the opposite. So 3300 divided by 550 is 6. H equals 6 hours. And we're done. Well, you would have to do all the other equations. This first part's going to take a lot of time. It's not difficult. It's just going to be a little annoying. But this is the only day that you're going to have to do that. Well, maybe tomorrow too. But then after that, we'll just let you solve the normal way.